Welcome back here to Adobe Live on this fine Tuesday morning/afternoon. I'm Tim, and today I'm joined by my only friend of today, which is Charles Carter. It's very empty in the studio.
Hello.
How are you? Good morning, good afternoon.
Good morning, good afternoon. I'm good, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well because I'm super excited for the stream today. I thought I should do a different intro, and it turns out I shouldn't have done that. So welcome back to Adobe Live. I'm very happy to have you all here in the chat and on stream. We're going to do some animating, some landscapes, and animating landscape photography today. Charles, you have some images ready, right?
I do. I have a small selection prepared, and we're going to have a bit of fun with them, I think. I've never tried this before, so I thought I'd share the process with all of you, and we can have a little bit of fun with it. So, yeah.
That does sound like fun indeed. And if you're watching this on YouTube, by the way, you should definitely come over to Behance because we are chatting on Behance. Here is the link. There we are. And in the chat, I can already see some people who are joining us, including we have Andreas, guten Tag. We have Gareth and Gelana, guten Tag. We have Jane, Ayabdak, Mike and Oliver and Sean. Ooh, hello, Sean. Let me just write something because I can't see my name. And we have Tim. There we are. Don't know who that is. But anyway, if you're watching on YouTube, join us in Behance. And I will read out all your questions. And since this is, well, I wouldn't say unplanned because we of course have a plan, but we're open to your suggestions. Let's put it that way.
Yes.
So if you'd like to see something, or if you have any ideas along the process, of course, then feel free to chime in. And I think with that, shall we take a look at the first photo?
Let's do it. Yeah, I think so. I've got a few little images prepped, and I think we're going to spend most of the time today going between Photoshop and After Effects. So we'll prep the images in Photoshop and then head over to After Effects and import them there, and then just see what we're going to do with them. So this first image here was shot out in Planzy, Austria. A lovely little lake. Ooh, and nice. Yeah, very nice little spot. Very peaceful, actually. I've got good memories here. But I thought what we could do is maybe prep this boat, cut this little boat out. And I feel like it's a bit too big. Like, I feel like the kind of movement I want to bring to the images is going to be very small and subtle for the most part. So what I might do is scale it back, put it around here, and add a little bit of movement to it, just so it looks like it's kind of bobbing and swaying in the water. And then maybe we can also add some clouds drifting through the sky here. So that could be fun. Let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is duplicate my background layer and hide it, just so I've got a little backup. I don't know if anyone else does that, but something that I always do. Prone to cutting out the wrong things and having nothing else to save my image from. So yeah, we can use the, in fact, let's use the selecting mask and just go with the select subject and see if it selects the subject I want it to. Please select the boat.
Ooh, okay.
Okay, let's use this tool instead.
I can see where got the idea from. Of course, it is the brightest object. But luckily, we have the object selection tool that allows us to say Photoshop, like, hey, this is the one we want.
Yeah.
Because we can tell Photoshop what we really, really want.
Zig a zig. Okay. So let's put that. In fact, I'm going to put that to selection because kind of what I want to do is actually duplicate that. So Command and J, so I've got it. And then I could have just done that to new layer, couldn't I?
Yeah.
But I also need to fill this space in, don't I? I was hoping I could keep the selection after I'd duplicated it.
I mean, you can still command click the layer and get the selection back.
Command click.
The thumbnail of the boat layer. Like command click the thumbnail. There we are.
Wow, I just learned something new.
Hey.
That's incredible. Thank you. Didn't know that. There we go. We're all about learning. Okay, cool. So we've got the boat layer. And now I can hide that. But what I also want to do is use the content aware fill to just fill in the space that the boat would have been. So when I move it, it doesn't look a little bit crazy.
You might want to expand the selection by just a bit, because otherwise you risk having original content. Okay,
so I can go to, how do you sort of...
select at the top in the toolbar. If you modify.
Yeah. And then modify.
And
border.
In this case, actually...
Expand.
Yes, expand.
No.
Yeah, no, sorry, that was right. I was thinking that, modify and expand. Of course, you have to specify like the pixel count. So 1 is probably not enough, like 15, 20, 30.
Yeah, 15. Let's go with 20.
Just to be on the safe side.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's fair.
Looks better, does it? Yeah. Well, by the way, we have some new people joining us in the chat. Doris, guten Tag. A lot of Germans today. I wonder why. And Jane also says, yes, all the time, make a duplicate. And Sean is saying, Nessie peeking around the corner. Well, not in Austria, I think.
Okay, let's see. Let's remove, we don't want to use this person as source. We don't really want the cabin either, do we? Let's get rid of the cabin.
So what Charles is just doing, if you have never used this workspace before, the green area shows where Photoshop will take pixel data from. So if you don't want it to sample from the house or the person, which is, I think, what we don't want, then you can remove that, and also probably not the mountains, unless, of course,
we don't.
Actually,
the reflection, maybe, you're right.
But then you would have to check mirror on the right side.
Okay.
I think.
So let's see. I mean, it's looking pretty. I mean, it doesn't need to be perfect. That's the thing. I think as long as it's sort of filled, because again, it's going to be very small. So
yeah.
I mean, I'm happy with that for now. I think obviously we can refine it a lot more and you can do a much better job. But I think
you can click apply and try again. So like if you don't want to exit, now it has applied the content aware fill, and now you could try perhaps a smaller selection if you want to remove that smaller part. So you don't have to leave that workspace.
All right. That's, again, learning lots of things. See, Photoshop's not really, not my strongest program, so I'm always happy to...
Well, it is mine, so I think we have a good match together.
There we go, perfect.
So I could live in Photoshop. Love it. All right,
I think that's okay, isn't it? Right, that'll do. That'll do for now.
I think you're going to put the boat over that anyway, so...
Yeah, we're going to... Okay, so we'll have that. Deselect, and then we've got the boat. And I think actually... I mean, that's not what we want.
Yes,
I'm going to keep the boat just sort of floating around. And background. I'm just trying to think if we'll need to prep anything else for the animation.
Well,
maybe
it depends on how complicated you want to get, because technically if the boat goes into the water, the reflection should come up and not down. So,
yeah. Oh wow. Okay. This is going to be interesting.
Yeah, maybe that's a bit much for now, because this is
that's why we make it
the only project.
No, we'll make it smaller and we'll mask it out enough. We'll fix it in post. That's what they say.
This is post. This already is post. We can't fix it in
Someone else will fix it. Okay, I'm going to also quickly select the sky. Do we have an option to select the sky?
Not in the select and mask. You have to go to select sky. So
select sky. There we go.
I wonder if it also captions the reflection. I don't think so.
No. So this is the other problem we're going to have. Okay, obviously I didn't.
The worst possible image.
This is how you. This is why, this is the problems that creators face on a daily basis. Someone says, "Oh, just add some nice clouds into this and make them move," and you're like, and no one's thought about the reflections.
At that point, you can, depending on what you want to do, if you want to replace the sky, I mean, there's a built-in filter called Replace Sky. You don't have to do it by hand. It also matches the lighting of the foreground.
So the idea I had was I have some stock footage of clouds drifting, and I was going to put them behind a mountain sea. So we'll get into After Effects. We'll save this. We can always come back and change it, and we'll see how it looks. So let's go to After Effects.
I think nobody would be stopping us from just painting in a very soft mask at the bottom and adding a reflection that way. I don't think the reflection mask has to be that accurate, since it's just blood.
No.
So we should be fine. And Oliver says, fix it in post. But watch out before you post your post.
We're just going to have to find someone else to fix it. I think that's it. It's just always about passing responsibility on. As long as it's not your fault, then it's okay. As long as someone else had the file open last, it's all good.
Great. I love it. Right. Okay, so we're now in After Effects. The cool thing about After Effects, of course, is you can import everything straight away. And I don't even think you have to do it that way, but that works too. Yeah. Because now you have the issue that now all the layers are aligned. Unfortunately, I didn't pay attention. How did you import the Photoshop document? There we are.
I imported it as, there we go. That's what I want. Yeah. Okay. So let's put that into the footage, and then we've got this. We'll put this into my comps. Yeah, when you import a Photoshop document into After Effects, you have two options. You can either import as footage, so only one layer. You can import it as layers, and it also generates a composition where you already have everything ready. Now we'll just move our camera to the right side. So let's just rename these layers quickly so I know they are. Sky, really nice. And then we'll call this one Secret Backup. We'll keep it and we'll hide it so no one knows it's there. Okay, so we've got the boat. So I think the first thing I want to do, like I said, is take the boat and move it back a little, and then scale it down just so it's a bit smaller. Does that look realistic to you? It looks kind of like it would be the right size, I think.
That works.
Maybe around there.
Nobody would ever know that it has a different size.
No one will know.
The secret backup.
Okay, we'll put that there. And then I feel like I just want to have it like a little bit of bobbing, a little bit of swaying, so we can add a wiggle to that. So let's get the position up. Hold Option and then left click that to open up the functions. Let's type wiggle, see how this works. Let's keep it very low key. Just a very small movement and just see how that looks.
You probably won't see that. It's now moving once per second for 2 pixels.
That's not good enough at all, is it? Let's give it, let's say twice, and let's give it
30, 50?
30?
I don't know.
I feel like that's a lot. Let's see.
I mean, if you want to really be fancy, you could create. Oh dear, perhaps 2 times per second is a lot.
Yeah,
it's a party boat now.
some very choppy waters on this lake.
You could, if you actually want to, we could even add a wave distortion to the water, if we have time.
Yes, that could be fun. That would be cool.
If we have the time.
I still feel like that's a little too much. So let's go with. We can do 0.5, can't we? So that would mean that.
Yeah.
Does that work? That slows it down more. Okay.
That looks about right.
Kind of looks.
I just want to say, you can also, if you want to really be fancy, you can add like a custom slider, link the expression to that slider, and then you can use it like a normal effect slider, and left to right, so you don't have to type it in all the time. That's one way if you're not sure which values you want to pick, or if you perhaps you're making a motion graphics template for later for other designers who will fix it in post. And then they can have the sliders instead of having to type into the numbers. Because if you just have one expression, well, yeah, that's easy. Everybody can see that expression, and great. But maybe your other designer doesn't know how wiggle works. You can add a slider called velocity or movement.
Should we try that? Do we have
If you
time,
want,
do you
yeah.
think?
Yeah, of course.
What is it? It's function controls, right? Where's the... I think I'm expressing
Expression
controls. There we go.
So you probably want a
Slider.
slider control. You
So
can
let's
just...
go to this one here.
Yeah.
Slider control, put that in
Yep.
there.
And
And then we
now
want to link it. You have to walk me through this because
you
I've
go
played around
into
with them
the,
before, but it's...
you go into the expression. You click into the where you typed it in. The
Yeah.
bigger one. Type to the left, and now get the parent and link tool, the pick whip, the spiral. On the, yeah,
And we
anyone.
just drag it onto the slider.
Drag it onto the slider. Now you get the effect. Now you can take that. No, it won't work quite yet.
Okay.
In the expression, you now have, you can see effect, parentheses, slider control slider next to the wiggle. You select that part, only the effect. So everything
Okay, the wiggle.
starting from effect to the right.
Oh, yeah. Here.
Just cut that out or copy it and paste it where you want to to the value you want to replace it with. So like the 0.5 instead of that.
So it would be...
You would paste it in there. So you delete the 0.5, paste that in. There we go. And now the value of the slider control will be added as an expression.
So let's put that, I think, instead of taking on 0.5, let's put it on the pixel movement maybe.
Yeah. You probably need a semicolon at the end. Or maybe not. Maybe After Effects is... Okay. After Effects
it's picking up the slack, isn't it?
And now you should be able to... You can also rename the slider. You can say like movement amount. So perhaps if someone uses this After Effects composition other than you, they know exactly what to expect. And now you can dial in exactly how much you want this thing to move. And imagine you have like a super duper complicated expression with 50 values and it's really big. This can be a really cool way for you to add some control and if you import this as a composition in, as a motion graphics template in Premiere, this slider will also show up.
You can do that with the what is it?
That's a good question. The Essential Graphics.
Because I've been playing around with Essential Graphics, that's it, yeah, which is actually super useful. I've been using that quite a lot in projects. I'm still slowly wrapping my head around it, but I've made some really simple sort of templates that I've used over and over, so it's great.
In the chat, anyone, have you ever tried the slider controls, the expression controls? Let me know. I would love to know, because perhaps this could be a cool crash course in the future. And Jane is also saying, great respect to Charles for learning this process in full view of everyone. Yes.
Well, that's it. I thought, half the fun is just figuring things out as you go. And I think a lot of projects, I'm always using things I've never used before, and most of the fun for me is like learning it and be like, oh, cool, I did it. So yeah, thank you for showing me.
That's how we know it's live.
So what I'm going to do actually is quickly see how I've got some clouds here.
Slider.
I'm going to chuck some clouds.
Yeah, we're just going to slide all day, like whee.
Well, this isn't very.
Okay, sorry.
The colors don't really match here. Okay.
Well, that's fine. We always have Lumetri to give us a hand.
Underneath the background layer. Let's hide the sky. Okay, so let's see how that looks. If we, again, this is a very subtle one. I think in some of the other ones we're going to be a little bit more in your face with the movement. But I'm just trying to imagine this like a very peaceful little like music loop in the background, maybe some ambience.
Like we have on stream
very
right
slow
now.
on it. Time. Oh, you know what we can do? There we go. Some lo-fi study vibes.
Lo-fi beats to design to.
There you go. Okay. So we've sped that up a little bit. All right, so we've got the boat floating. That's full screen, it's actually, so everyone can kind of see a bit. Boat's just sitting there drifting. Lovely. We've got the clouds. I think, yeah, like you said, we'll chuck a little Lumetri on it. Just try and match the color a bit. And do some... Actually, you know what? I really like just hue and saturation. That tends to fix most color for me a lot of the time.
Yeah,
let's put that on there.
Don't need full Lumetri, whatever. Tomato, Lumetri.
Oh, there you go. Look, all I had to do was drop a bit of saturation,
Yeah.
and it's kind of there we go.
Good. And now it
All
actually
right, so we've
matches
got
the bottom reflection much better.
yeah.
Nice.
Okay, perfect. So, do we want to try and match the reflection at the bottom, or
I
should
think
we?
that would be fairly easy. I would probably do it. You could just copy the sky video, and I would most likely use a Luma key to pull the
Luma key.
if you know how to do that. Otherwise, I will walk you through.
So let's go. Luma key. Put it
So
on.
you probably apply the Luma key to the background and not the because you don't want to key out.
So you want to key. So key this bit here to mask.
Yes.
Right. Okay. I'm sort of following
and you
now.
maybe even have to
you.
duplicate that one depending on how good we can pull that key. How well we can pull that key.
Oh,
so you want to key out.
Just scheduled a meeting in. So let me make sure I'm in the right. There we go. So I put that. We'll put the Luma key on this one here. I've already got one. And then you're saying we need to
key type, key out lighter. Where you were?
Oh, key out lighter, yeah.
Or brighter, I guess.
There we go. Oh, okay.
I think you have to just modify the threshold. Perhaps if you crank it up.
Oh, okay.
Right,
there we go. I'm slowly following. We're getting there. So I just want to drop it down a tiny bit.
Is that the other composition? Is it already at the bottom? Because I can see some black.
Yeah, I've hidden it.
No, the movie, the sky one.
No, it's not. So we'll drag this down.
I was
here.
like, why is it so dark?
Right. And then
I'll
I'll
have to flip it.
Flip it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You actually didn't flip it. I think you rotated. Or did you? No,
should have.
I mean, if you flip both axes, I think you are also flipping the horizontal direction. Not that it matters too much, but I think you have to unlink them first before you can do. Because otherwise, you will always flip.
Never know.
There we go.
There we go. Yeah. There we go. Perfect. Okay, let's put that back there. Okay, and then we have this. Let's put the threshold down a tiny. Using a slider, actually. They've put a slider in there for us.
And perhaps you have to. Perhaps this doesn't work for the rest of the image because if you. Maybe Luma key isn't the best option. Who knows? Maybe we could try a different key.
Maybe I could just put. What other key do you think? Maybe
we could try.
Let's see.
I mean, key light can always work, or we just say we add like a. I mean, you could probably get away with just using a gradient and a mask and just.
Yeah, maybe we put like a quick. I mean, I'm pretty fast with a pen tool. Let's see.
Yeah. Or we, of course, we could always go back to Photoshop and mask it out as well.
True, yeah, because I could have just taken it out. So actually, yeah, let's do that because I think if we can adjust the image, can't we? But then that takes it out entirely. Okay, so if we go into Photoshop, because it's linked, right? So once you save, it'll actually update the image in After Effects, which is why I really like doing it this way. So now we quickly...
maybe not the way you are planning on doing it. I'm not sure. Let's find out together.
Let's find out together.
That's what you're supposed to say when you don't know. Let's find out together.
Let's paint this in real quick. Where's my...
And while you say that, I will just have a look at the chart. Oh yes, here we go. Use it a few times, but could be great to get a function stream in After Effects, an expression stream. Yeah, that would probably be it. I didn't know there was a slider thingy. Yeah, and there are more. They have like knobs and drop-down menus.
There's like checkboxes as well, isn't there?
Yeah.
They're really useful too, I think.
And slider controls. Would the rope underwater move or be removed? Since that one is quite obstructed by the reflection, I think it would probably be easier to just take that away.
Pretend it's not there.
Yeah.
That's the It's blissful ignorance, I think. I think if it was going to be something that we spent a lot of time on, then probably would try and figure that out. Maybe you could use like a turbulent displace, or I think I tried this before with like some water pouring out of the spout to make it kind of wiggle and flow.
Yeah.
But there would be ways to do it. I think it would just
many different options. You can also just create a very soft mask and try to move it that way. And yeah. And Stuart's saying, I bet we all have similar concentration phases when we're using this software.
I'm surprised the tongue didn't come out of my mouth, to be honest. All right. That's
yeah, wonderful look of
so
concentration.
reflected that.
And enthusiasm. Yeah, that's it. Ooh, sorry.
And then if delete that.
There we are.
And then save. So if I save that, that should then remove the reflection in this lovely. I just update the pre-render.
Yeah, like I said,
I know
I'm
it
not
wants to
quite
do
sure
it.
if it's actually linked or if it's just imported that. So,
Something's happening.
I mean, I guess you could always just drag and drop.
There you go.
No, there you go. Just takes a moment.
Yeah, just takes a little bit of time. Yeah, because so normally when I've done it before and it's worked. So thankfully it worked this time as well. Okay, but for some reason it's lost. Maybe we need to.
Well, you have masked out the entire reflection, so we don't get any.
Okay. I see this is going to get a lot more complex. I feel like I need to. It's slowly. I tell you what, we're gonna.
No, I think I have an idea. I think this is the point where the background layer comes to the rescue, because you can bring that one back and just reduce the opacity of the sky.
That's it. That's what we needed. That's why you always have a secret
thickens.
Now I just need to take
just
the opacity of the bottom one down. So let's press T. Bring that down.
T for opacity.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me.
Or transparency.
And then if that would be it. Yeah. Okay. And then if we just play that.
Now it should move.
Okay, cool. We've got some slowly drifting clouds of a reflection.
Oh, isn't that nice?
Beautiful. Let's maximize it. I can feel the relaxation as we speak.
Hang on, relaxation.
That's cool. I like that.
Okay, if I could play in tune. Right, very relaxing. I love it. And Jane says, it was such a simple idea. That's always my downfall. It looked like whenever you say, how hard could this possibly be? It just turns out, yeah.
There's always a way. Okay, cool. I like that. I think there's a couple more images that I wanted to have a play around with. I don't know why this window is here. Let's get rid of this panel. We don't want that. And let's tidy this up quickly.
Given the time we spent on this one, we have about time for one more.
Yeah. I think, I wanted to play around with this one and just animate the car driving along the road really slowly, but I feel like we've already kind of done movement. What else could we do? Let's say, this one we could add in maybe a little like bonfire, a very small fire flickering, or I wanted to play around with some stars and try and add in a shooting star and some twinkles, I think, and like maybe have a lantern flicker. So let's go with this one and add in a bonfire. Let's do that, and then maybe like add in some shooting stars. So do I have this one open already? Let's have a look. That's the first question.
General Kenobi. Hello there. General Adobe.
All right, so we've got our background. We've got our background. Let's just call that main layer. And so what do we need to do for this one? I think we're mainly adding things in and not really taking anything out for this one. So I'll be adding like maybe...
The shooting star, you don't really need to mask out anything?
No.
What else did you want to do?
Twinkle the stars, maybe. Have like a
I'm
little
curious
twinkle
how you're
effect
going to
going
do
on.
that.
Me too. I did have some. This is why part because I really like the sky in this one, so I wouldn't want to take it out if I did something to it. But this one here, the stars are just kind of very generic, and I feel like they could be replaced quite easily. So maybe I could have a play around with like twinkling the lantern and then replace the stars. I don't know.
Okay, all right.
Let's.
Looking forward to that one.
All right, let's play around with this one. I need to save this.
How would you make those stars twinkle? I suppose we
I could
sing
maybe
the
not
song.
have all. That could work. That could work. Maybe I just pick a select few, mask them out, and have like the exposure or the levels or something like on a keyframe. Perhaps. I mean, we'll find out shortly. Let's call it that.
No, I'm of course thinking like, how could you mask out all the stars at once? There has to be a way.
Select.
Hold
by
on. You keep doing that. I
luminosity?
will open Photoshop in the background and I will try something.
Okay.
Let's see if I can
I'm
get
excited.
something going here.
I'm excited. I'm going to import this.
Before we went live, I promised to Charles, like, I promise I won't interfere. I won't do something while you're working on something because I don't want to steal your limelight. But now I'm here.
I specifically requested for something to happen, so I'd like. I mean,
nice.
Okay, got this. Oh no, we don't need to import anything else. Let's close that. Drop that into the comps. Okay, so what have we got? Do we have an image? We do. Perfect. Let's close this. So it's looking kind of grainy. I guess I added grain to it when I edited it.
What could be the reason for that?
That would explain
so grainy?
it.
Have you added grain? No.
I do have some keyed out bonfires here, so let's see if this is going to work. Let's see what we've got. I want a little.
Where did you get those? Like a stock footage?
Yeah, just from a stock footage
okay.
site that I use. Let's just put a little one in here.
Because that's quite useful. Just
it is.
Right.
Let's pretend that I'm sat here in front of a little.
That's quite a big fire.
Very big. I'm probably going to get in trouble with the Swedish authorities if I had a fire that big. Okay, let's zoom in a little bit more. Let's put it here. See, I need some logs as well. But if you scale, I think if we're going to be like, it's such a small scale.
I don't think you would see any logs on that scale.
Yeah, I concur. Let's play that. So it's looped. Okay, we've got a little fire there. I think, firstly, it doesn't really match the rest of the image. So let's add a bit of chuck a hue and saturation effect onto it. Let's also hide the layer control so we can actually see what we're doing. And then we're just going to, I think the saturation needs to come down a little bit. Yeah, maybe some of the lightness. And then let's just chuck the hue a little bit more.
I'm currently having issues removing the stars, but not because I can't remove the stars, mostly because I can't find an image with stars in it. I'm looking for my demo photos and I can't find one, a single one. Oh dear.
Okay, have a little, I mean, I think we can tweak that more later, but for now it's very small, isn't it? Maybe that won't work. Very, very small bonfire.
Oh, I think I have
campfire, whatever you want to call it. Okay, that works for now. And then maybe I want to add like a little mask around it. Have like the flickering from it.
Yeah.
But I've never tried that. Let's give it a go. How would I do something like that? Maybe like a solid. I don't want to add a mask. Let's have a secret. Let's have a mask. Just a little mask around here. And then add an effect. Let's see. Maybe I just want to. Any suggestions? Anyone got any ideas? Let's see. Let's put a Dimitri on it. Dimitri.
Okay, I kind of have a way to remove the stars.
Okay, Okay, I'm listening.
It involves the minimum filter in Photoshop.
The minimum filter.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do we need to do?
So you, first of all, select sky. So select and then sky. So we only affect the sky. There we are. And then you go to, once it has done that, probably a bit tricky. I don't actually managed to do it. Great.
Not too bad.
To filter.
Filter.
Other at the very bottom. And then
Other.
minimum.
Minimum. Okay.
And then if you zoom in.
Oh, wait. That's not where we want to be.
Preferably to the sky.
Yes. Okay.
And maybe
and then what do we
by
want to
one do? And preserve roundness at the bottom. Because stars are mostly round.
Okay, yeah.
I guess it's
so
it kind of works. If you click OK and then just check before and after by zooming in. Maybe that's, I mean, it kind of works.
Kind of works.
But it also makes it very dark, so never mind.
It
oh,
does.
Probably because of the grain, yeah. It also tries to, so minimum does one thing, it increases the area of darker parts of your image. So if you have like darker parts because of the grain, it will increase the darker parts of that grain, therefore making it much darker. And the image I used to test this didn't have any grain, really. So,
I think what we could do is in After Effects, maybe I can make one twinkling star, have it on a loop with like an exposure or some sort of levels thing on it to have it like flicker in, and then I can just duplicate it and then just drop it in random. So I don't think all of the stars need to twinkle. I think you just need to have little patches here and there, just like 1, 2, like maybe like 4 or 5 spread out, and that could look nice, very subtly.
At that point, you might as well create a particle system.
That is also something that could work. I mean, I've looked. I think I was reading about that the other day, how they work, and it's something that I did want to try. So maybe we could.
Oh boy, someone should really do a stream about that. Perhaps like 2 weeks ago or 1 week ago on Monday.
Ah, you see, I missed that one. I was downloading Alfred Fires that night. So.
Oh, I see. Yeah. To be fair, that was also my plan, but then we did the stream.
I'm thinking of a way to make this flicker so it kind of looks like the fire's sort of, I guess, yeah. So if I can just, I've masked out a small section. Maybe I can make it a little bit warmer.
I would have probably just created like a, well, that works, yeah. I would have just created a new layer with like an orange color, mask that out, and use some blending modes. But I eventually kind of works. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
If you increase like the temperature.
Yeah, let's put the
exposure.
Feather on the mask as well.
Oh, that would be quite important. Otherwise, it would be a very strong glow. And I don't think we could fake that as bokeh, because that's not a very nice round mask to be bokeh. Now, watch party, watch a stream, watching a stream. That would be fun. Reacting live to your own stream.
It would just be me concentrating and then just loop with my concentration face. We just get
recursion. And Stuart is saying fractal noise. Yeah. I mean, if we somehow can get a clean version of the sky without any stars, then it's relatively easy because you can just use, like, as Stuart said, fractal noise to show and hide the original image. So if we can get a clean image of that sky, we can selectively bring back the stars, and then it's easy. I mean, that's easy.
Yeah.
Just
I think the problem would be finding the original image. So I think this image originally was, I think I used like multiple exposures. So I've got a bunch of different RAWs somewhere. So I don't know if I have the original PSD from when I put this together. The other option is, not that I want to, which is why I was going to use the other images. I do have these again, flickering stars. I mean, it's going to not look beautiful. Oh wait, it's actually alphaed out. Okay, I did not realize that.
Well, that's easy.
It's a bit much. There's a bit too much going on there.
I think you have to zoom in a bit, otherwise it wouldn't be really seen on stream.
Let's.
Oh, that way, yeah.
Max. hang on, what am I doing here?
Oh, that's a lot.
There we go. Yeah, that's a lot. That's the only problem. Unless there's a way.
I guess we can cheat a bit and use the levels to bring down some of them.
Let's try that. Let's.
Or would it be levels? Oh yeah, it could be levels because you can also change the alpha channel using levels, I think.
Can't you? Go to that. Oh yeah, you can. Yeah, alpha. Yeah, there we go.
Perhaps you can just
bring down the. Which one would it be?
I have never used levels with alpha, so I don't know.
It's
one of the 5 sliders.
One of them, definitely one of them. Okay, that's really reduced it. I can't tell if they're the stars from the video or from the actual. Let's hide that.
Okay, here we have some ideas from the chat. So it's saying
fractal
noise can work for creating stars. I mean, yes, you can if you use like some level adjustments. You can create like little specks of stars and you can animate them. But the issue with that, of course, is if you use evolution to create the animation, then the stars would move around, and we don't really want that. We want to stay, want them to stay in place. So that wouldn't quite work, but for still image, yeah, certainly. Select the sky in Photoshop, make a copy, take into Adobe Camera Raw, and take down the whites. Yeah.
That's true.
We won't even need to leave for After Effects for that. Lumetri can also take down the whites. But yeah, that would work. Maybe.
Just put the levels on there. I mean...
But Sean, the issue is, of course, if it was like a really uniform color in the sky, then yes, it would be easy. But we have the sun in there, so... or the sunset, the rest of what we can see there. So that's the tricky part. Otherwise, it would be probably pretty easy to remove them.
I think that looks okay. I'm going to zoom in a bit.
Yeah, please.
It's very subtle, and I've slowed it down a bit because I think we're flickering too fast, but you can't really see them flickering now. Oh, there you go. You kind of need to, let me maximize this screen and zoom out a bit. Is it too slow now? That's the problem. Okay, let's make it 150 instead of 200, and then let's go back in. Let's see.
Ooh, hi, Jack.
There we go. That's okay. I think that's not too bad. There's some nice flickering. I mean, again, time is of the essence here. So I think, again, it's something that it sounds like it would be really simple, but like you see, there's so many different ways it could be done and so many little things to think about. But I think my computer's been a little bit slow today. Let's maximize that. Yeah, for just a little bonfire. And then obviously we want to mask this out a bit so that it's not in the trees. So let's quickly add a mask and just, oh no, I've selected the bonfire. That's not what we want. This is why you want to label campfire. And so we want to add a mask to the flickering stars.
Mask, and then I just want to, you can try like extract, but I don't think that would make sense for the trees.
And let's just go to the mask and just quickly, I don't know if I'm supposed to do that again. New mask. And then just pen tool. I guess just draw very, because it's on such a small scale, you're not going to be seeing this, it's not going to be blown up huge.
No.
So I think I can afford to be kind of just very...
And even if a star pokes through the leaves, I think that would be fine.
Yeah, it's not the worst. I think that could happen.
I'm pretty sure we couldn't even see most of the stars where the sunset is, like because it's overpowering the stars. So you could probably get away with expanding the mask and feathering it.
Yeah, let's do that. Mask feather, put it up. I might just drag it up a bit here.
There's a next mask expansion slider.
True.
That also works.
Yeah, because then I guess because then it would just expand. But I think this bit was too low anyway, to be honest.
Okay, yeah.
We'll just drag that here.
Can't you select like multiple points?
You can actually. Thank you for
I mean, I won't stop you from moving them all individually, but just
Some people get a kick out of, really punishing themselves that way. Individually selected movement points. All right, let's drag all of it up a little bit here.
There we go. That's it.
Yeah, there we go. That works. That'll do for now, I think. And then if we just play that. There we go. We've got some nice twinkling stars. Let's put it over a bit of a longer time frame.
Ooh. Look
Got a
who
little
joined
bonfire.
us. Hey, been a while since I've been able to catch a stream. How is it all going today? Hi, Joe. Joe Allen is in the chat.
Oh, hello, Joe. How are you?
I think he's still traveling. I don't think he's back. No, it's probably going to be gone for like a couple of weeks still. Thanks for joining. We are just working in After Effects and Photoshop, creating some animation in our favorite landscape photos. And if you just join us, and you also have some photos laying around on your hard drive and you don't know what to do with them, perhaps this could be the best way for you to breathe some new life into those boring, unmoving still photos. Perhaps not using boats and reflections, because that's quite tricky, as we found out earlier.
Yeah, reflections tend to add a few too many layers of complication if you're trying to do something quick. But
oh yes, and Joe is still in Thailand, and extended the trip by extra weeks. Of course.
Don't come back; it's not worth it. Stay out there.
I don't think we will see him this year again. Probably just stay there.
I extended it again. Whoops.
Oopsie daisy. But Joe, hey, if you don't need all that equipment in your UK flat, just let me know. I will take it. That's okay.
So I think one other thing I want to try, and I did mention this, didn't I, is to add a shooting star.
Yes.
And I had a few different ideas around this, of different ways it could be done. And I think one of them I was considering was the beam effect. And you mentioned the glue gun as well. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a solid, because I think you need a solid to use the beam effect. Let's make it just off-white. And then we're going to add the beam to it. And now we don't want to, I won't lie, I don't fully comprehend how this effect works. I have used it before, but it's one of those things where I just kind of press all the dials until it looks how I want it to. So
I'm a pro. I can tell you everything. As a matter of fact, I actually programmed that effect. Most people don't know this yet.
Fantastic. So the idea I had was, I know you can animate the beam, so I just wanted to make a very thin shooting star, not like a big bright thing, just a sort of like like, when you see them in real life and they're in a distance and they're kind of just like a few seconds and then they kind of fade out. So just maybe you could have like one or two just kind of shooting through the sky as the I guess as it runs along. So I think there's a way to change the start and an end point, so we can animate that. I think maybe if we give it, I reckon 20 frames. So let's start that here and then have it maybe here. Okay, this is going to be very interesting.
I think you have to animate the time property.
Right. How does it?
I think. Yeah.
Yep. You're 100% correct. Let's put that back. Okay. Yeah. So then, in that case, let's say I want it to be small when it begins. That's not how it works, is it? So time it shoots across.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think we need to animate time. Yeah. But also, I want it to sort of. I could do that at the scale, though, I suppose. So
I mean, length.
All right. Yeah.
Time and length. You can start with this short one, and then do like. You probably could get away with just 2 keyframes and some. If you do it in the keyframe graph, you can create like these Bezier curves, so you can pull up the handles.
Right.
So maybe you could get away with just 2 keyframes at the start and at the end.
So let's say at its longest, I think maybe like 20%. Did I even keyframe that? Let's see. I did. And then let's drag that out there just so we've got a bit of time. Open the graph.
Oh, Doris is asking, would this be possible to make with particles? Yes, you can definitely use a particle system for that. But, I mean, this is just easier. This is just way simpler because we really only want the straight line anyway.
So it goes from there to there. And we want it to, do we want to do the values or the speed? The values, I guess. So I guess if we, oh, I see what you're saying. So it should be 2 keyframes at 0, shouldn't it? And then in the middle, it peaks up. Yeah.
And you have to, of course, cool. You have now you have to use like the different interpolations. So on the, the other one. I think you just picked exactly the wrong, there we are. That's it. And now you can drag it up. Yeah. And on the other side, the middle one. And now, in theory...
However, it is also needs to be... how do I zoom
out?
Vertically. No, not that one, is it? Oh, I want to go up because it's only 1%.
Scroll up, yeah. Or you could just use your mouse wheel to zoom out, maybe. Or that way. That also works, I suppose.
Oh wait, no, it's not giving me the little yeah, I would like to. I feel like I'm being very dense here. There should be a way to zoom it down, shouldn't there?
I mean, isn't it just hold on the scroll, like the option or command key and scroll?
Yeah. Yes, it is. There we go. I did not know that. That's exactly what I was looking for. Thank you.
You're welcome.
To save the day once again. Okay, so we've got, here we go. That's a bit more. Let's play that through. Okay.
And now if we animate the time property as well, using the same idea, then I think we should be...
Time, let's see how it looks here. So time makes it go...
Oh, no, you've added the third keyframe. Which also would have worked, but...
Okay, let's scroll down. Oh, we've gone into the minuses. Let's just press that.
Yeah, there we are. And now I can zoom out. Right. But only if you... yeah.
It's gone a little bit...
Well, if you have auto zoom enabled, of course, I don't think you can zoom out. So you have to disable that, and then you can zoom out again.
There we go. Now I can scroll down. Okay, so where's my keyframe? That's the next question. We need to select the white solid. Let's just close that and open it up again.
You can actually, if you want to navigate to the keyframe, you can also... Oh, that works. Okay.
What were you going to suggest?
On the very left side in the layer, there are like the 2 arrows below the... No, even more left. On the very left side, you can see the left arrow, that one, and that allows you to move to a keyframe or go to the next keyframe.
Oh, so similar J and K as well, right? There we go. That's what it's to do.
I don't know that.
That works.
Then you exactly bang on the keyframe, so you don't have to guess. I think that's what you want to do.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, I was just trying to find where things were going. So now I want to, let's see how the time, let's put the time first frame here. We want it to move across, don't we? So I guess we have it go to 100.
From 0 to 100. I think that should be it.
0 to 100 real fast. We'll press J, we'll put that to 0. And let's see how that looks. Okay. Yeah, kind of works. It kind of works. Let's maximize so you can see it.
I was about to say, could you zoom in a bit so we can see what's going on? Hey!
Okay. Yeah, I like that. That's kind of cool.
I think we just need to tweak the timing a bit.
Yeah, the timing's a bit.
And of course,
I think it's a bit.
Say it with me, add some motion blur and glow. Thanks.
Yes. Right, let's bring the timing down a little bit, make it a bit faster. Okay,
it's like the maybe only thing I do in After Effects. Add some glow. That's what I can do.
I think as well, what I would like to do is maybe shorten it a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a touch. And there we go. So let's put it down to maybe there. think.
And of course, yeah, you can definitely add a third keyframe if you want to be more precise. But I thought it could be like a fun challenge to do it just with 2 keyframes instead of 3. Oh, thank
It's
you.
always about, keyframe efficiency. That's it, isn't it?
Yeah. But also this, if you try to reduce keyframes as much as possible, you always get the more natural motion, because
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it follows at least a certain law of physics, this shooting star. So, we probably also want to animate the not the exposure, the transparency, so it fades in, perhaps.
Yes.
That
very good idea. See, this is great teamwork.
Fades in and fades out again, I suppose. I'm not sure how
so
that
again,
works.
so we could do
work.
We could do it with again. We could do it the way you've just suggested before. So if we just put 2 keyframes at 0, maybe, and then we go into the graph editor and again just drag it up to 100. So let's put that there.
No, that was the wrong one.
How was it? Which one should it be? Oh, okay, yeah.
I mean, the clue's in the image. It literally says it right there. Well, okay. I mean, it doesn't hurt anything if you add on the wrong end. It doesn't matter, since there aren't any keyframes in the first place, so who cares? And of course, this would be the perfect moment to look at reference points and actually look how a shooting star would look, what it would look like. And the reason it's clamping there, because you can't go more than 100% opacity.
Yeah, that's very wise of it, I think. Okay, I think I want the face to be at the end, so we'll bring these out a little bit, and then let's see. Let's just quickly play that through. We'll maximize this. There we go. Option / press play. I think maybe we bring the fade in a little bit more. Bring that in.
Did that actually fade out? Well,
it was if it did, it was very brief. Let's see. Let's make it a bit more.
I think the glow might be overpowering everything. Oh yeah, it does. No, never mind.
It does a little bit. I guess we just need to be a bit more.
The glow radius, perhaps, or the glow intensity. One or the other.
Glow intensity. Let's go on to the glow.
Because I mean, they don't glow that much. It's more than just a small line. Yeah, perhaps just bring that down a bit.
0.3. Let's see.
Yeah, I think that's it. That's better. No, I'm going full art director. Yeah, I like that.
Can we just add a little bit more crispy? Yeah, make it pop. Okay, I think I'm going to put the overall. Nice. I don't think it needs to go up to 100 either, to be honest with the opacity. Maybe.
No, it doesn't have to. They are not that bright, I think. I mean, if we compare to the other stars, and of course you don't also have to use white as the source color for the solid. It could be any color. You can mess with the outside color of the beam. You can.
Yeah, you can change. Yeah, the beam can be like various colors, I think. I also want to make it. Go on.
You could even create like a different thickness, because it's probably thicker at the start of the beam, and then at the end it trails out, perhaps. So
ending thickness. Let's tweak that quickly and see. I mean, it's looking good. I'm really happy with. I guess.
I think you should bring that down, or maybe I'm.
Ending. Is it end? Do you think the ending is considered the left side? I for some reason thought it would be.
It might be timing related.
Right. Yeah. So I don't even know if we can notice it. Would we? If we.
That's a good question. I don't know. Linda says, "Can you make it look less starry?" Yeah, thanks. That's what we've tried to do since the beginning of the stream. Can we give the shooting star lens flare, Oliver? Oh dear.
We could, but I feel like my computer might blow off if we try that now. I've got so many programs open. Okay, I'm just trying to think if there's anything else we can tweak with this.
We can always add some motion blur.
Yes, motion blur. So that is that one here, right? That's all we need to do.
Yeah.
Does that work?
Yeah, it does.
Now it's looking a bit like a laser beam.
I think the timing of the end keyframe is not right because we can clearly see it ends in a point. Can you see that?
Yeah.
So I think we just need to tweak either the opacity or make the size smaller first. So yeah.
Let's bring
I'm not even sure if, yeah, okay.
a bit more. No.
I know, I think you actually need to move the keyframes because the end is still at the same, yeah.
Oh, you know why? Yeah, because I've just, yeah. It's playing before it finishes.
Oh, and Oliver, yesterday I've downloaded the trial version of the Red Giant Universe plugin, and you wouldn't believe the amount of lens flares it has. So
it's a great plugin. It really is.
I'm really considering buying it because I'm working on the 80s game show, and it has like some really cool VHS effects.
Yes, the VHS effects in that package are just great. I've used them lots. The transitions as well are really good. The sort of like screen flickers save me a lot of time.
I've created those like those chrome effects manually in After Effects, and that plugin just has some presets, so that would make it much easier for me. But yeah, lens flares, lots and lots of lens flares. Are you still trying to find something your new Mac can't cope with? Oh, believe me, the Universe plugin, it's stuttering a lot, though, definitely. So,
be interested to find out the limits of that that Mac.
You get there quite fast if you want. If you're really interested, you can get there like very, very fast, very quickly. I
think what I would do quickly is duplicate this. Oh, what have I done there?
Well, you have about minus
duplicate
1 minute.
This. Okay, in that case, we're done. We'll duplicate that.
We can add some there. We have about 14 minutes left of time if you want. We can always go a bit longer. I don't
mind. I mean, I'm just trying to think. I think. I mean, the only thing I would want to do is play around with the keyframes on these stars and just tweak them. And I think that's why are they all there? That's weird. I've just moved them all around. That's confusing. Are they not?
Well, you're not playing it. The work
that would be it. Yeah,
is not large enough. There we are.
There we go. Now they're in different. No, it's still.
I think it's only playing part of the rendered timeline. Yeah, there we go. That's it.
Yeah, there we go.
Make it large. Okay, the one at the bottom was perhaps a bit was very low.
A bit too eager, maybe.
Crashing into the bonfire.
Yeah, that's not a good place to sit. It's very unsafe and it's not recommended.
Well, that would be one heck of a bonfire, though.
Like, I think
that's a shower.
I think I would, if I had time, I would make them a bit more subtle.
Yeah.
But I think again, that's just something that it's not going to be the most interesting thing to watch. You know, we've already tweaked the keyframes a bit. I think, but I mean, I'm happy with the way it's come out. I think all I'd want to do is spend time just afterwards, just maybe sitting there and tweaking them, but maybe make them a little bit shorter. I think, but that's cool. I like that. I like we've got
the opacity, perhaps.
Yeah.
See what works. And of course, since General Kenobi said that's a shower, yes, you can totally use a particle system. It also has lines as particles, or you can use the echo effect to create a trail behind the particles and use it that way to create some meteor showers. Definitely different ways to achieve the same outcome and the same effect.
Yeah, this is just one of the many ways you can spend your time playing with old photos and make some. I feel like there was a few other shots that I wanted to play with. I mean, I obviously won't do it now, but we had there was this one here. Yeah, we had this one here, and I had played around with changing the colors of the lights, and I wanted to add some snowfall in, which was quite fun, and that was quite a fun little workaround because obviously you don't have the light here, so you have to sort of use this and paste it, and then so maybe another time we can do that. But
that would be
there's definitely a lot of fun you can have with just adding little bits into the old imagery.
Love it.
Never done it before either, so I had a lot of fun. Thank you for sharing your ideas and time with me.
Learn some things while we're live. And I hope at home you also got some tips out of that, some cool insights, perhaps even if you knew all this, perhaps just some inspiration. Because I'm pretty sure we all have at least one photo on our smartphone that we think, like, oh yeah, that's quite old, but could use some animation. And now we know how to do that. Could be as simple as creating some shooting stars, or as complicated as adding some boats, not adding some boats, moving some boats with sliders. So yeah, if you happen to find any images and you want to animate them, perhaps as a project on your own stream, I don't know, maybe you're streaming on Thursdays on Behance, who knows, and you don't have a topic yet and you're looking for one, perhaps you can animate some photos. I don't know. But for us today, now that's all the time we have. So Charles, thank you very much for joining us. It was a blast having you. Anything you want to say before we close out the stream?
No, thanks for joining, everyone, and thanks for all your input and suggestions. I had a lot of fun putting it together. I'm going to probably sit here for a bit afterwards now and tweak this. You might see it on my socials soon.
Oh yeah, so follow him at Wondergasm, right?
Yeah, that's it. There you go. That's me.
And Sean says, "Okay, I can take a hint." he streams.
Follow me on
Behance.
Instagram.
No, of course you can stream whatever you want, as long as it's aligned with me and my personal opinion. Then you can stream whatever you want, of course. Right. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow, where Tony and Gavin will be back for another illustration. The topic for this Wednesday will be love. So they will work on some love-related illustration, just happiness, of course. It will be safe for work, don't worry. But for now, thanks and see you soon. Bye.
Ciao.